Well, Dave Asheris, who was in a undisclosed location, disclosed his location. So we're glad we have been able to isolate him. And well, maybe isolate's not the right word, Dave. I don't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no one. Let's not talk about isolation.
Yeah, Dave's been contained.
Anyway,
How's that?
Yeah, right. It is good to be with you. I can't believe it's already time. It is this time on Friday. It's time to talk with the one, the only Drew Blazsik. It's time for Faith and Finance. Good morning to you, Drew.
Hey, Drew, how are you?
Good morning. How's it going?
Doing great. How about you, sir?
I know I'm doing great. A little better morning than yesterday. It seems like the smoke has gone down a bit. So yeah. I mean, we had a bunch of sporting events. My daughter had a soccer thing. I think they trained like 7 a.m, and then she had to wake up super early, and then she goes out there, and then they canceled it. So she was like, but then and then we had to cancel our football and play football inside the gym, and so it's been it was hard. Like, you couldn't even go out there and breathe.
Yeah.
Much like how the government taxes us, right? What a great transition.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's talk about.
Thanks, Canada.
Strangled.
No, I got an interesting debate. And there's a debate going around with, what's this candidate in Michigan Senate, Abdul El Said. He's trying to get elected by the basis of property tax.
Really?
So what he wants to do is eliminate for seniors. This is important. He wants to eliminate property tax for seniors or stop their assessment. Now, many believe that that's a good idea. It's going all over the country, Florida, Ohio. Like the debate is going all over. California did something similar. But Drew Blazsik wants to give you the warning, and I just spoke in the third person, that this might not be the best thing to do at all. So here's the thing. So the debate goes, they want to do that for seniors, and that sounds great on its face. But the problem is, this would discourage seniors from selling appreciated homes. You got to think about it, is that if you have older people and their wealth and they have a home, and typically they sell it and they may downsize, and what's going to happen in the country is that since they're not paying property tax and the house is appreciating, they have a bigger asset and they're not going to be charged that. Therefore, up and coming families, the supply of homes would be limited then. It'd be more expensive for younger people to purchase those homes because now the wealth is there. Now, I want to put a thing there. So what they're doing is they're doing something called discrimination. In economics, you call price discrimination, but it's tax discrimination. You're not taxing a certain group of people. I don't even know if that's constitutionally you can do something like that. But now, in the Catholic sense, you kind of want to live in your home your whole life and you pass on to your kids. But in our country, what we do is you have a big home, you have kids, then you might sell it and then move into a smaller home. But this is definitely going to disrupt the supply of homes. It's for sure going to do that. Other things, it will encourage some seniors to retain homes as rental properties because now it's so much more valuable for that aspect. Why sell it? Now you can rent it, and because new families growing up that are in that age group will have to pay it, and you get to charge based on that monthly wage.
You don't think of those things, right? Like you say, it sounds great on the surface.
Anytime you discriminate from one group to the next, it's going to hurt, absolutely hurt some segment, and it's going to hurt the market how it does it. Create large difference between what longtime owners and new buyers pay for similar homes. Here's the important thing that we have to understand what this would do. It would force governments to replace lost revenue through sales tax. Now, I would argue all day long, we tax way too much for school districts, failing school districts, and if you had a Catholic sense, you might want to homeschool your kids or do another system where you're sending them to certain classes. You could really minimize the costs. But in our system, the school districts cost a lot of money, okay? It gets funded by property tax. Here's the thing, and this is what that senator said. He would want to try to replace the lost revenue through federal money. This is a big problem, is because if you look at the principle of subsidiarity, the number one thing that we have subsidiarity for it is local schools. We have the power of that the local authorities could take control of something that the upper authorities cannot take control of, if you let the federal government fund all the schools, they are going to come in, and you get the wrong administration in there, they're going to dictate what your children learn. And you'll have no control over that if the federal money really starts controlling things. And that's the biggest issue. And remember, it was Rerum Novarum said that if you let centralized powers control that the local authorities can do, Rerum Novarum says that that's a grave matter. They call it a grave sin. It's a very dangerous thing. So it weakens local control of education. And another thing, if you look at the age groups, who has the most wealth in here? The most wealth in the country is definitely the boomers. And now this is where you have to look at the population. What's going on is that if you don't tax them and you unfairly tax younger people coming up, what do you think is going to happen to the population? Are people going to have more kids or less kids? They're going to live in smaller homes because it's going to do that. Proposition 13 in California should be the warning that they did things like that, and they have a housing crisis in California. And it's because of when the government gets involved and they start discriminating to certain people. Now you ask, why is that senator and many politicians talking about it? Is because boomers are a larger population than the upcoming population, and they vote at a much higher rate. Mm-hmm. It makes sense politically if you want to get the votes. Younger people just don't vote. Mm-hmm. And we have a population decline. So they're going after that. It's a very popular aspect, what they want to do. But that is very dangerous. The only way it can be safe is two things. Is that you need to charge everybody equally. You can't charge one group above the other. And then number two is you can't let federal money flow in. You let too much federal money flow in, it's you got to pay for it anyways. Like people get the misconception is that, oh, federal money is free. You're getting taxed a different way, either through inflation or through your federal income tax. Mm-hmm. But you're getting taxed no matter what. It's better to have local control because that's the one thing that you can control as a voter.
Yeah, and isn't it, I mean, you don't think about Catholic teaching being connected to school funding and the federal government's really intrusion into local schooling, right? And that's not that old, Drew. I mean, we're not going back that far before we see a country and cities and school systems that were completely autonomous.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm actually optimistic about this. If you look a lot of school districts, for instance, Springfield, a lot of the students at Springfield will be taking classes at different colleges instead, and they don't even step a foot in their school, like at certain ages. Right. I kind of see the optimistic about if you're going to homeschool your kids that you should be able to use some funds, and it's so much cheaper than how much it charges per kid now, where why not do a co-op system, or you're going to take a class at a community college, you're going to take a class there, maybe learn the trades. And you're not in the old school of being from 8 to 3 or 4 o'clock every single day. Mm-hmm. But you start seeing that a lot of kids are taking advantage of that, and they're graduating high school with a lot of college credit, and they're graduating college at a much younger age, and it's cheaper to do that. Like I can't tell you how much it saves the state so much money. But the important thing is really you got to keep that in local hands. What's subsidiarity is that it's a grave sin to have some centralized power control what local authorities could take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. If you're a local person, you could do it yourself, and someone in Washington, D.C. wants to control what you do. The encyclical Rerum Novarum calls it a grave matter, and it makes sense because they're not local and they can't make the right decisions for us in this area. But this property tax thing is going all over the country. And I would say some of them want to eliminate it totally. Well, what do you replace it with? If it's federal funds, be very cautious about that.
Yeah, and of course the politicians promise, we're going to save you money. My opposition doesn't want to save you money. It's going to be easy for people to fall for it, I think.
And naturally, politicians don't care about that. They care about power.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just a natural
thing. Got to get elected.
Yeah.
Wow. Eye-opening, and thanks for sharing that, Drew.
Hey, anytime for you guys.
Some good stuff.
I'll tell you.
Every Friday, Drew is here with us, which is just amazing. So And you're writing a book. How's the book coming?
Going through edit after edit after edit, it's getting boring because
Yeah.
I have all the chapters done, but I'm just like it is like tiresome. Man.
Well, hang in there, buddy. Little faith in finance, Drew Blazsik. Have a blessed day. Thanks.